Hi. Hello. Hey, girl. Hey, K girl. How are you doing this evening? How was your live? Hi, Phoenix DK89. How are y'all doing? Hi, Kita. I was sitting in a little bit on Caroline's live. Hey, Empress. And I was like, dang. Apparently, while I was in the hospital, a lot has been going on. Hi, Azelle. Jennifer says it's so late here. Definitely not going to be able to stay long. LOL. Totally understandable, Jennifer. Thank you, Azelle. Hi from Mexico. Hi, Monty. K-Girl said good, but Caroline is live. Yeah, I was actually in there for a little bit. I figured it was the best time to go live because the majority of people won't be coming in here and it'll just be a tiny group. And kind of that's what I prefer, to not have too many people. Phoenix DK89, I'm okay. How about you? Okay. I mean, so yesterday, and also K-Girl's asking, how are you doing? And Mel also, hi, Mel. How are you? Also being asked. So, I had a late start, spending time with my friends. So I got to the hospital at 10 and I just left the hospital now. Hi, user with a lot of numbers right behind you. K-Girl says she is about to end hers. How long has she been, on? Yeah, Phoenix DK89 says, how's your friend doing? Um, he had his second MRI, this time just looking at his pituitary gland, I guess. And then another CT scan. He had a CT scan yesterday. So, um, we're hoping he does have a UTI. I'm just hoping that they fix the high calcium, like that might be what's messing with his like mind and why there's so much confusion. Speaking of confusion, no, so I mean, I think the reason I was like, oh, this is a perfect time to go live because the majority of folks will be at Caroline's, and I get to like decompress here with a smaller group and just be like, a part of me sometimes gets um K girl said everyone might come here when she gets off. Wrong. Oh well, I mean, I thought I was hoping she was going to be going longer. Diana said, hello, beautiful people. How's everything going with your friend Phoebes? Hi, Diana. I am, uh, how's everything going with your friend? He's hopefully we get some answers soon. Hopefully all the treatments that they're doing is going to help with his confusion, because I think that's my biggest concern. Some of the things that are coming out of his mouth is like he's getting confused with reality, between reality and, sometimes the television, or sometimes like, I don't know. Yeah, there's just a lot. There's just a lot. Shibi says, have you heard from some pics of Luke at Nick's house? Some ex rumors probably. I did hear about it. The first thing I thought of when I heard about it was that is literally the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. In the sense of that intrusiveness, like that people would want to, like, you would like your home to feel the safest. Now, I've heard that it's not a real picture, that it maybe have been doctored. I don't know if that's the case or not. I have not seen the picture. So, user with a lot of numbers, with a, have you seen the picture? Where is it? I have not seen the picture. And honestly, like, if it was at Nick's house, again, super intrusive, super scary. Um, you want to feel safe in your own home. And when people are going to your place of residence, that's too much. Thanks, Ronnie. That is just way too much. And yet I know there's a market for it because it happens. Thank you, Sarah Beth. Thank you, Karen. And the reason it happens is because there's a market for it. Because they know that even though people say they hate paparazzi and they hate how intrusive paparazzi are, people are chomping at the bits to look at it. And that's the scary part. It's like the very thing that people say that dislike, they create the monster in a lot of ways by saying, I don't like it, but if it's out there already, I want to see it, kind of thing. Empress says the waiting is always the worst. True, very true. Like, cause I don't know if you're talking about Luke and Nicola or you're talking about me waiting for my friend, like information. Probably a little bit of both. Hi Karen. Hi Jennifer. Ronnie said, "Girl, LOL." So it sounds. Thank you, K girl. So Ronnie, it sounds like there's been a lot going on while I've been in the like chilling with my friend in the hospital, huh? Hello, KM Shoppy. The Greenberg Brigade said it's not real, it's not Luke, and probably not Nick's house. Also incredibly still dangerous and uncomfortable because if it's not her house, if it's just, I mean, if it's, so I don't know if it's like a doctor thing or like, I mean, if it's AI, maybe not a big deal. I mean, not to say not a big deal, but like at least there's no like intrusiveness of somebody's home. But if somebody's taking pictures of somebody's house or even near somebody's house, I feel like personally that's just scary. That's scary. It just crosses so many lines for me personally. AM_1978 said the picture was debunked. No one is sharing it and no one is going to share it. Well, good. And yet I hope that just because this picture was debunked, I really hope that their homes are safe havens for them. And there are not any folks trying to like snap photos in their own homes. Because just the response of it from people shows there's a market for it. And whenever you show that there's a market for it, then there will be people that will try to do that very thing that doesn't exist at the moment. Because they see that it causes a stir. And so, like, that's what makes me unnerved a little bit. Okay, girls, we shouldn't want to. I don't know if I know the context, sorry. Karen said, how's it going, everyone? Maddie said, everyone is live tonight. It's been a crazy night, y'all. Yeah, actually, one time I looked on live. I mean, like I had a moment's time and I went to K-Girl and Ronnie's, like, live. Like, there were, like, 3 other lives going on at the same time. I think it was, like, Angela and Heather, Mary, and then somebody else, I think. Shame.Spiral said, did DM post it? I'm glad I didn't see it. I don't believe they're the ones that posted it. I heard it was something on X. Thank you, Lizzie CG87. KM Shoppy said, I remember that they did the same thing to reggae. Right? That's reggae. That's how to say. Jennifer said, just came from Caroline's. I was actually hoping, Jennifer, that Caroline would keep going because that would mean that so many people would be at hers. Because I tend to like actually, this is a good size. Like, this kind of under 200 is a nice sweet spot. Rena said, I don't think it's right, but I'm actually shocked it hasn't happened sooner. That's a valid point. And yet at the same time, I hope that it never happens. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just the one place. It's the one place you have to have for yourself, you know. Kels Bell says, hey, Phoebes. Hey. Diana said, that's very sad. Empress says, your friend. Okay, yeah. Sam said, just wanted to say hi and sending love to you. I'm mentally drained after tonight, after all lives. Oh, I can imagine, Sammy. That's why I kind of wanted to, like, scurry off a little bit because, like, oh, that's just, I would be drained too, honestly. I would be drained if that was all, like, the conversation was. That's why it was kind of nice to go to Ronnie's and K-Girls and Ronnie's live, you know, just kind of, like they say, decompress, right? Like, sometimes, as much as I love Lucula, like, I really love Lucula, sometimes all the stuff is not as fun. And I want to keep the joy of, like, the fandom. And sometimes all the extra stuff can just kind of belabor it a little bit for me. Ronnie said, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Ronnie, overall. I'm planning to go over and spend time with my friend again tomorrow, until he's discharged, you know. But he at least he finally got a room in the hospital, which is nice. Though I will say the ER room was actually nicer than the hospital room, which is kind of funny. But it's definitely better in the hospital because in the ER there's so many people in the ER right now. Like everything was beeping and nobody was able to come, you know? So it was just pandemonium. So it was nice to finally get a hospital bed. Karen said, photographers sell celeb pics all the time, but it's so intrusive. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like all of it is genuinely intrusive, but even more so, you know, when it's at somebody's home. Because again, I feel like your home is your sanctuary. Maha said, hi, thinking of you today and sending love to you and your friend. Thank you, Maha. I appreciate that. Newtonic said, hey. Hey, Newtonic. Maddie says, I hope you're doing well, Phoebe. I'm doing okay. Thank you, Maddie. Hey, Hershey. The Greenberg Brigade said the drama is drama-ing tonight. I mean, it definitely sounds like it. And I mean, honestly, even just hearing about like little pockets of stuff, it almost actually already drains me. And maybe it's a little bit of like, just because of everything going on with my friend, it's kind of like when that kind of stuff is happening, it's like, as much as I love this and I care about this, like it really does put things into perspective for myself, where it's like, as much as I love this and this is fun and this is fandom and all this stuff, this is like, in the end of the day, doesn't affect my actual life in a real significant way, versus like my friend and what he's going through, and whatever happens to him, like that will have a dramatic effect on my life. Yeah, Newtonic said someone still lives there. Yeah, absolutely. Kita said we don't know either way, but if it's real, that's scary. Absolutely. Ronnie said it's intrusive intention. Yeah. The Greenberg Brigade said supposedly it's a random guy walking on the street. Even scarier. Like, can you imagine? That's even another piece that's scary, where you literally could be just living life and then you find yourself in like the slew of this kind of conversation. I don't know. Yeah. Cora_corrupted said, hi, Bocce. I'm so out of the loop. I have no idea what pic you're talking about. I don't know what the pic I'm talking about either, to be honest. I just know people have talked about a pic that supposedly happened at Nicola's home. And people were claiming it was Luke. And people are saying it's a debunked picture. And what I'm saying is, whether it's debunked or not, the idea that people would even be interested in looking at something that would have actually been done at somebody's home feels incredibly intrusive. I mean, a lot of those pictures are intrusive in nature, but there is, at the same time, like, it's also hypocritical of myself if to say, like, you know, would there be curiosity to go, oh, would I want to see something like that? Da, da, da. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of curiosity, but I think my worry of enabling that kind of behavior, or endorsing that kind of behavior, or encouraging paparazzi to pursue pictures like that is the only thing that keeps me from not wanting to see it, because I don't want to be part of something that encourages people to take photos at somebody's home. Even if this turns out to be debunked, the reality is there are people that would be willing to go that far. Sarah Beth said, pretend it's your house and people are stalking your house thinking Luke's inside. Like, absolutely. Like, that is really unnerving, you know, super unnerving. And I think there, again, sometimes there is this like forgetting the humanity of like celebrities, and thinking like people can pursue this kind of stuff. I mean, it doesn't change. There's a whole industry built on it. And I recognize there's a whole industry built upon it. And I understand that the whole industry is built on people's curiosity and their belief that people will want to see these pictures. And unfortunately, they're not wrong, because people do. Like, the amount of folks that wanted to see this photo was numerous, you know? KM Shoppy said that's very dangerous. Star said, "Hey Bocce, how are you feeling? LOL." I mean, genuinely tired. I'm feeling tired, but not from. I mean, a bit from all this, but more so from like spending the day and just like the emotional bandwidth it takes to sometimes like, you know, see things with your friend or seeing your friend like not knowing like when some of the symptoms that I'm seeing in him may be fixed by all the medication. I don't know. So that kind of stuff is depleting, but then also coming into the space and then realizing all the conversation that's happening, and it's like, oh, you know, I just like the fun stuff, the light stuff, and it's like, oh, it can get so burdensome, not burdensome, but it can get so heavy sometimes in the fandom. Meg said it's not debunked, but it's not being shared. Okay. Anyone debunking has not seen it. Yeah, well, I'm glad nobody's sharing it because I just, any photo taken at somebody's home, I already feel like, I hope, I mean, that's when people finally put security guards or some sort of security to protect themselves, because if you can't feel safe at your own home, where can you feel safe? Heartfelt 85 said, "I hope Nicola takes lawfully action if it's true that the Paps jeopardized her home location." Yeah, if there's any truth to it, I hope she does take legal action. AEM_1978 said, "We as a society are too intrusive and feel entitled. Too often we forget they are real people." And the fact that we would never ever want the same experience ourselves. Like who wants to walk outside and not know if a camera's on you and people are taking pictures of you or your guests. It's all love. BB said they were pap pics. That's awful. I mean, from what I've heard, that's the case. Megan said, a different Megan, said it's not debunked. The FRW. What's FRW? I don't know. Or maybe it's a typo and this means few. The few creators who have it are not sharing. I think that's probably what it means. The few creators who have it are not sharing. My question is, how did the creators get it? Was it given to them or what? Because that's really interesting that they have it. K-Girl said, we shouldn't want to see the picture. We shouldn't. But will people want to? Absolutely. And that's what creates the market for it. And that's what makes it dangerous. Kita said, a few celebrities, bad stalkers break in their houses. So yes, it can be scary. Yes, or had stalkers break in their houses. So yes, it can be scary. Absolutely. And then once that happens, like, that just messes with a person's mind. Like, they just don't feel safe anymore. Diana said, the amount of Luke pages I follow, every time I slide down, there was another live. Yeah, there definitely is so many lives going on these days that, like, you really could be like, it almost can feel like a television with a bunch of channels where you can just switch what channel you want to go watch that at that moment. It's like, oh, I'll try this one and try this one and try that one. I mean, and it really depends on like kind of what mood you're in, which live you check out and which ones you don't. Ashtray said, were there pics released? No, not that I know of. I mean, there's people talking about a picture, but I don't know about the word released because I don't know how people are talking about it or know about it. Because I've been with my friend all day long, so I have not figured all of that out, nor am I really genuinely interested. Like, I don't know who the few creators are. I really don't care to know who the few creators are. Like, I don't know where it was on X, and I don't care to know where it was on X. But I'm just relaying what people have shared. But I'm saying if that is the content of the picture, I'm even more uninterested because it's just something we should not. I mean, personally, I don't need to know, and I shouldn't know. Lizzie said she should hire security. I agree. Jen R said, I missed all of this tonight. Maybe it's a good thing, Jen R. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. You said you have no idea what happened, LOL. It's probably a good thing. Lizzie says she should hire security around her house. Star said it was delayed because it was reported. I don't know what that means. Oh, deleted. Oh, okay, it was deleted because it was reported. Okay. Well, I guess that's good, right? Like, there were folks that were worried for her safety. That's a good thing to be worried for her safety. People should be. Because people shouldn't know where she lives. I mean, that shouldn't be a thing. Maddie said their live was so good. I'm ready for another decompression live from them. Yay! I'm glad that you enjoyed K-Girl and Ronnie's live. Ishra said, we can't just love them from afar. This fandom's love is suffocating. Yeah, I hear that, Ishra. It's so hard because as the fandom gets bigger, right, every person, like, fans differently. And so the biggest thing I try to remind myself is that I cannot control other people's fandom. And nor should I try to, in essence, but I can at least speak to how, like, my own thoughts on things. And maybe it will matter to somebody, maybe it won't. But it's hard because sometimes I cringe or I worry about the effects of how some other folks may choose to engage with certain things. Yet at the same time, I'm pretty powerless to change that. And that's why I was saying last night in the live, and I was talking to Minnie, I was saying to Minnie, like, you can't carry the burden of, like, the worry for Luke and Nicola, because at the end of the day, Luke and Nicola need to protect themselves. And the only one that can protect themselves are themselves. Because me worrying about, like, oh my word, this and that, like, I actually genuinely cannot protect them. I the best way I can protect them is by engaging in a way that I feel like is a safe way to fandom. Now, mind you, the existence of my channel in and of itself, some people will feel like I can't even exist as a channel or as a TikTok because my content revolves around Lucula. And if that's how they feel, I mean, it's a valid concern, right? But I do try to, I try to believe that I try to engage in this conversation in a responsible manner. I do try very hard to do so. I don't think that every conversation with Lucula about Lucula has to be negative or has to go to a particular area or unhealthiness. I think that's a choice. And I do think that we can make different choices to still be able to rejoice at their love and just, like, be giddy and all that stuff without all of this extra stuff that gets added so many times that actually really is, like, intrusive or, like, a lot. With that said, like, you know, I don't know. That's why I guess we make the decisions we make about what we consume and what we don't consume. Libby said, please know I've been keeping you and him lifted in my thoughts and prayers. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that for me and my friend. Pearl Gem said, side note, your hair is so beautiful and shiny. Oh, thank you. I use this shampoo called Pros. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of it, but it's like the thing that's, you can choose, like, you tell them, like, what your hair is like, and then they make a formula. I'm sure it's not, like, unique to myself. They put my name on it and everything and put the ingredients, but I'm sure there's, like, only a certain amount of, like, mixes they can do. But, like, it really actually has helped because I've had, like, I haven't cut my hair for, like, I don't know, 2 years. And it's still pretty decent, healthy looking. Tiffany B said, it's the back of a man. There isn't a way to confirm or debunk. Time to move on from the picture. Yeah, I have, again, don't even know what the picture is, nor am I interested. So I'm with you. I'm more than happy to move on. I mean, I'm assuming that I don't read any more comments of it, because right now I'm 99 plus new messages behind. Lorem said, love and peace. I mean, no, love and positive and healing energy to your friend and you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mary said, I missed all the lives because I'm juicing, because I'm juicing grapes. Anything of note happened this evening? Oh, Mary. I mean, if anything, the only two highlights, not highlights, they're not really highlights. Main things that I know that happened is one of Luke's hairstylists posted a video of him on TikTok with Nicola's voice, where she's like, why are you so hot, Luke? You know, that thing. And then, so that's the version that she put on TikTok. And then the version she put on Instagram was a Chapel Roan song. So either way, both have a Nicola bent to it. Felicia said, I'm worried about all of them. Tiffany B said, it is draining. Cam Shoppy said, please don't believe everything that you see online. Maybe the photo rumor, it's a big lie. Yeah, I didn't even see it online. Well, I guess I did see it online in the sense of like, people messaged me about it. And then I sat in on Caroline's live and heard about it that way as well. So that's as much as I know about it. Because again, I was with my friend pretty much all day. So, but maybe your comment wasn't even to me. Maybe it was more so to people in general. I'm just bored said it went from chaos week to being what it is right now. That's for sure. K. Rosa said, oh, so can the fandom create a campaign against DM? You know what the greatest campaign, K. Rosa, you could ever do against DM? Don't ever speak of them again. Like, honestly. Don't speak of them. Don't think about them. Don't look at their stuff. Don't give them their clicks. And that's the best thing you can do. Because rallying people to do the same thing just gets them more traction, more people interested in looking at their stuff. But the more people choose to not even engage with them, the more that they can't continue on the way that they're doing. Retta Lou said reality trumps fantasy. Ronnie said it's not life ultimately. It isn't. It genuinely, but it is to that. I mean, it's not my life, and ultimately, and yet at the same time, like if this kind of photos are being taken, like it's their life, and I hope they do everything in their power to protect themselves. If there's any semblance of truth to it, the Greenberg Brigade said, "Poor random guy." Diana said, "I don't remember whose live someone said Nicola isn't even that famous." I was like, "Oh, exit." I love. Star said, known worldwide. Hi, Angela. I didn't get to sit on your. I mean, I do think I sat on your live for just a little mini itty bitty bit earlier on when I was like looking at how many lives were happening. I don't even know if you're still in the space, Angela, because I'm 99 plus new messages behind. What's new? That's the story of my life. Meg says that's why we are not sharing it, for their privacy. Okay. Well, thank you then. Shelly said, it would feel so weird, awkward to know there are pappers outside your safe place. Yeah, I agree. Red said, what this happened? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it happened or not. It's just the conversation. I mean, the conversation is definitely happening. Whether the photo exists or not, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like one person knows for sure because they responded with all caps that they're not sharing it for their privacy. So I suppose that they have access to the thing that people are talking about. Maddie said it's a scary world out there. The Greenberg Brigade, I don't need to see the pic. I just don't want people to claim it's Luke if it definitively isn't. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I agree. Diana said, glad I wasn't the only one who felt that, guys. Lives got super intense. I was like, eek, scary, bye. So it was getting intense for folks. Felicia said it's so creepy. They need to find a place to hide out for a while. Yeah. Star said, hey, you read my comment. Me? I try to read everybody's comment if I can. And I don't read everybody's comment, but anything that doesn't have an at, I typically try to read unless it's got some statement that I don't want to read out loud. Christelle says hello, hello. Star said, hope you're okay, Baji. Either way, was happy to see you as gingerbread. Thanks, Star. I know that was a silly one last night. You could tell it was like a 1 a.m. kind of 1 to 2 a.m. kind of live. Sheila Walker 84 said, not much more tiring than sitting in a hospital all day. Prayers for you and your friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mary said, what is this supposed to be? Hopefully that's been answered already at this point, Mary, because I'm so behind. Tiffany B said, sorry about your friend Phoebe. Thank you for that, Tiffany. Mel 2.0 said, everyone needs to take a chill pill and stop fighting. I do wish that. I mean, it's so sad when there is a lot of infighting between the fandom. Well, but then I think it's like, I always wonder what, like, is the fandom all about? Is the fandom Lucola really? Because sometimes I think the fractures happen because it's not necessarily like Lucola, but some of it is like people that are pro Luke, anti Luke, pro Nicola, and I guess there's a small segment that's also anti. Like, but they're not necessarily Lucola, So a part of me is like, are Lucola fans like joined together? Or are we also split? Or do people think it's split because there's like the segments that are more leading towards, I don't know. Ronnie said, Phoebe, I was trying to pin comments, but it won't let me. It's being buggy and I'm gonna head to bed. Okay. Sorry about that, Ronnie. I don't know what's going on, why I couldn't pin, but I'm glad that you were able to let me know. Hopefully you get some good rest. Jen R said, Love May said, I'm here so I can pin it. Oh, thank you, Love May. I appreciate that. Since I am, again, 99 plus new messages behind. Thank you for, like, y'all's being so, like, courteous over the fact that I just never read the most current because I just want to see what people had said. It's like you made time to write it, so why wouldn't I want to spend time reading it? Jen R said, so who had this photo, though, and put it out there to begin with? I don't know, Jen, and I don't really want to know. All I know is it's now gone, according to people. Ishra said, can you imagine if it's actually not Nick's place? The queue of stalkers those residents are waking up to. Ooh, good point, Ishra. And that's why I said it's scary. Lizzie says she needs to hire home security. Yeah. I'm just bored, said we all need to chill, go outside and march some grass. It's nice and green, I hear. But what if I don't like grass? No, just kidding. That's Penelope. That's a Penelope comment. I just couldn't do it in an accent. Michelle said, okay, fill me in, fell asleep and woke up to this. And Caroline's, what happened? What pick? Hopefully, Michelle, you've already known the answer to that because, again, I'm behind their due diligence and could have potentially caused harm. Maddie Marie said, my mom was like, you're watching another one since I've been watching so many lives. Ronnie said, I want to commend everyone who talked about this tonight because everyone is condemning it to the masses. Mary says, no, we have a right to know. We have a right to know what? What do we have a right to know, Mary? Because I'm so behind. I don't know what context you're saying for that. Felicia said they didn't share because the pic gave too many details to figure out where Nick lives. Yeah, well, then they made the right decision. Well, at least I believe they made the right decision. Christelle says, hi, I'm eagerly waiting for the season 4 cast teaser to announce the start of filming. Ooh, that would be exciting, Christelle. P said, oh, M. Phillips, how long have y'all been in here? I love that Love May knew enough to pin that up in here. I don't know when I got here. I went live right after I came back from the hospital. P said, wait, what happened? Hopefully that's been answered since, again, hopefully that's already been answered at this point. Marie Constantine said, Baji, can you do the gingerbread later? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see how I feel. Let's see. Mary said, I want to find out what the topic supposedly was. Maybe someone will tell me somewhere. I feel like I've probably answered this at this point, but I'll probably be able to tell if you're still frustrated by the time I keep talking about it. Red said, delete the picture now. Are you talking about to the people who have it? You're asking them to delete it? Because I don't even know what the picture is or where the picture is or who originated the picture. Genesis 711 said, love pros. Oh, yeah. Like, I literally, like, I get complimented on my hair. And so I'm like, so pros really does work. Lynn29, hi. Ronnie said, Phoebe, I was trying. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, that was just, that's when it came in. How can I be 99 plus new messages behind and I just saw that pinned comment a little bit ago? Anyways, Christelle said, we only want kindness in the fandom, and thank you, Bocce, for your lives and stories. Oh, thank you, Christelle. Mary said, I saw those, but what of a new picture? Okay. I feel like I already answered this, but let me answer it just in case you never did hear it. It was basically somebody said there's a rumor that a picture was taken of Luke at Nicola's home. And so we were basically saying that is, well, I was saying, because I'm the only one talking, I suppose, but other people agreed in the chat that that's a scary sentiment if that's true. The Greenberg Brigade said, love that. She basically made a Luke thirst trap. Yeah, true. Meg, I don't know if there's a particular reason why maybe you just like to type in all caps. Mary said, so a picture was taken outside Nick's home. That is what people are saying, and that's an issue, to me at least. Shame.Spiral said, did Nick post anything on IG today? I don't know. Mary, was Nick with a guy in the photo? I mean, that's what people were talking about, the assumption that she was with Luke in the photo. Again, all hearsay, but some people are saying it's not hearsay because they have the photo, but they're not sharing it. Kita said it's a split fandom. Okay. The Greenberg Brigade said the fans being at odds really bugs me. People have different motives, I guess. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Shame.Spiral says, I hope us Lucala fans are together. Me too. I really do. Diana said, guys, I missed the live when we were trying to analyze the Scrabble game. Pure Delulu funniness and fun. It was fun. There were so many options, too. I love it when she gives us something like that. Hello from Florida, said Miss Fancy. Hello. Oh, hopefully it's been fixed. Has it been fixed? Am I still stalling? Leisha said, what was the intense live? I'm not sure, Leisha. It might have been several different ones. Diana said, like, Nur. Did you say Nur? Creepy photo, bad vibes, just the Lulu fun, please. Yes. Ren Fair Mistress said it was someone who mentioned in the chat, proven untrue, protect Nicola and Luke. There's too many folks that are not showing up well, I guess. Steph_Clock said, how's your friend today, Phoebe? Still not 100. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever be 100, but like, but I'm hoping all of the things that they're giving him will get him kind of right back in his right state of mind, like to clear up some of the confusion he's feeling in his mind. Okay. People have not responded whether I'm not frozen anymore. So a part of me wonders if I'm still frozen. Because Love May hasn't, like, pinned anything that says I'm not frozen. So I don't know if I'll find out, like, y'all have given up hope because I am frozen. Abby said, I missed one. We could be just Delulu, not be constantly negative. Samesies. Oh, okay. Steph _ clock said, you're good now. Thank goodness. K-Girl said, good night, Phoebe, heading to bed. Okay, good night, K-Girl. Zigzag _ elf says, you're not frozen for me anymore. Thank you for the confirmation. But, okay. And also, hi, because you said, hi, Phoebe. Hi, folks. Hi. I just got to that message. Let's see here. Lynn29 said, we do want kindness in the fandom. And Christelle said, I wake up, open TikTok, and see you're live. It was 6:30 in the morning in Paris. Yeah. Kristen Marie said, I jump on the Luke is the internet's boyfriend bandwagon. Tiffany B said, it's just the back of a man walking in a street, no house or woman. You can't tell anything. Oh, so there was no house. Well, at least that's safer. At least it wasn't, it gave me the impression that there was some sort of hint of where she resided. That was unnerving. And Dia said, oh, okay. Diana says here, Jonathan Bailey's Jurassic Park photos came out. Very happy for him. Looks so good. I'm excited for that. I didn't even know that they were kind of like, it seems like they're doing another version of Jurassic Park. It's like, how many versions of Jurassic Park is there going to be? But I'm happy for him. And Dea said they have some new content on YouTube talking about Nick and the ring that she's been wearing. Yeah, like if it's what I think it is, I wonder if it came from Sharon's like assessment of like the ring itself. And I didn't realize that would become controversial. I've been hearing people split on the ring and what they feel about the ring in so many different ways. So it's kind of an interesting thing how that's going as well. Mary said maybe we could make a Scrabble game for her. Maybe. Ren Fair Mistress said when and if they can't come an item, I'm sure they will let us know when they're ready. Yes, I do too. So I think that they probably will keep it private for a bit if they do pursue that. Megan said, I love them both, but this is getting out of hand. I worry for the well-being and welfare. So do I. Again, whenever like it gets past like just the small, like these kind of things to me are always like fun and safe and all that stuff. Whenever it leaks out further, going into the real life, it just gets like that. That's when it gets a little squirrely for me. Or even just going on their pages, if it's going to be like intrusive kind of statements. Like it's one thing if it's like fun comments related to the post that they're making. It's another thing to like some of the things people say. That's why sometimes when people tag them in something, I'm like, oh, do they need to be tagged in this post? But again, I can't control what other people do. Unless again, I can monitor what happens on my page to some degree. Not always, but most of the time I try to. And Philip says going out and coming back in was enough to fix it for me. Oh, good. I didn't realize you were experiencing issues. Ren Fairness says Brazil and fan fictions. Oh, okay. Zigzag _ elf said I just switched from lab browser to app. Better now. Oh, okay. Zigzag _ elf. So what was the thing about someone's house? What did I miss? Dare I ask? You dared to ask, Zigzag, and it was basically some rumor that was going around that there was a photo of Luke at Nicola's house. But people are having conflicting conversations around whether it exists or not. Newtonic said people can and should love them from afar, not all up in their business. Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's one of the hardest things. It's one of those the hardest things where you recognize like the only person you have control over is yourself. Like you can't control what other people do. I mean, you could hope to influence them, right? And that you've gained enough of a relationship with folks that they would take your thoughts into consideration, but they still have to make that choice for themselves of what they will choose to do as a fan. Kita said, I feel like people get mad when you don't agree with their opinion. It's just opinions, guys. Yeah. I mean, I think, like, yeah, I have my own thoughts about certain things. There's things I wish that people would not engage with. And I verbalize the fear I have around some of the things that people do. Sorry, I'm such a child. But, now I got sidetracked by my own snickering. Maybe I'm just tired. But, yeah, but at the end of the day, I always have to remind myself I can only control my own actions. I cannot control anybody else's actions. They have to make those decisions for themselves. Christelle said, long live the Delulu Gate. Thank you all the folks that are confirmed that I had no longer been frozen. Mary said, resting love face. Genevieve, good night, Phoebe. Sorry, I probably read this when you've already left, but thank you for joining. And I'm not going to be staying very long here. I just wanted to say hi to folks, just because I do miss y'all's when I'm like can't really do a long live or whatnot, but I just want to say hi. Megan said, I love them both. This is getting out of hand. Oh, wait, I read that already. I forgot that got pinned. Tiffany B said the concern was the street, a car, and things along the street that could be figured out. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Kristen Marie said, Caroline said she heard there was a car with a license plate and a street neighborhood in the pic. Oh, gotcha. Tiffany B said, excited for JB and Jurassic. Me too. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Hello, Tam. And Daya said it's also talking about her removing tags about her being in a relationship with JD. I did notice that. I didn't notice the untagging, but I did notice, I did go and look after I heard somebody say that that's the case. I could still see tagged photos. So it's like she says, it's not like 100% removal. But the one tag that I saw her not remove, at least at that moment, she hadn't. Maybe she's removed it now. But at that time, she hadn't removed it. But it was the one where it showed like the order it should have been shown in, instead of like how it was shown in the I don't know if it was the DM article or something else, but they were like, this is the real order of the photos. And she didn't untag from that photo. And I didn't know if that was like an act of confirmation that people should read into that, or is she just hadn't had a chance to untag it yet. Genevieve said some other fans have been jerks lately. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Genevieve. Lynn29 said making a Scrabble board for her or even for Luke would be nice. Yeah. Does Luke like to play Scrabble? I know for sure Nicola does, but I don't know if does Luke? I feel like for Luke, we would have to do like Fortnite, a video game of some sort. Star said, is she on this chat or no? Who's her? Or she? Who's she? Not her. Who's she? Retired teacher said, sad but true. The more famous you become, the less privacy you have. See, I don't know though. I still feel like that's a choice of the fans. Because there are truly famous people that are able to live very private lives. But that's because usually they've made some choices, but also like their fan base has made some choices where there's just that mutual understanding of respect of like what the boundaries and the lines are. And I know that in the past it's like, oh, that's just the way it is. But I'm like, that's just the way it is because we've allowed it to be that way. But we can change the rules of engagement if we find that it's unhealthy, hopefully. Hopefully people are willing to, but that's the thing. Like everybody wants different choices. Everybody wants to make different decisions. And so sometimes like some people want to give those that are famous that privacy while others don't want to do so under the guise that is because the people are famous. Abby said, thank you so much, Phoebe, for all your positivity and not feeding into the toxicity. I appreciate you. Oh, thanks, Abby. I appreciate that. Christelle said, I'm going to work. I'm leaving. Goodbye, everyone. I'm thinking of your friend, Bocce. Thank you so much, Christelle. Lynn29 says, I think people were arguing maybe because we care too much about them. I'm not sure. Newtonic said, I think people are feeling all the feels right now and it's making emotions run high. Probably. I mean, I do appreciate both of those thoughts, what Newtonic said and what Lynn29 said. You know, when it comes down to it, we do as a fan base care about Luke and Nicola. And so it may come, like people may engage with it in different ways and some people may dislike how some people engage. But like in the heart of it, like that, I think people do care about Luke and Nicola. And I guess as long as we remember that, you know, it is sad to me when people are like splitting and fighting and all that stuff. It's just, you know, I wish it didn't have to be that way. I don't think it has to be that way. But we all have to make choices to have it not be that way, I suppose. And again, we can't control anyone. We can only control our own actions. Giraffe Friend said, I laughed so hard, I'm the same way, such a child. Oh, when I said doo-doo. Probably. Rena said, I'm just focused on my pumpkin cold brew I'll be having in the morning. I love it. I need my life back, says Rena. You know what, Rena, I remember, like, I don't know how long you got, how long you were, like, gone. Like, you were being, like, adulting and stuff and being responsible or just taking a break. I don't remember exactly why. But I totally missed you because I was like, where's Rena? How come I haven't seen Rena in forever? Tiffany B said, it's a pap posted picture that no one can say yes or no to if it's real. No need to put it up. Shelly said, going to bed, Phoebe, have a good night all. Have a good night, Shelly, even though you're probably already sleeping at this point. Tiffany B said, no license plate or street name. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's interesting. All right. So where are people getting their info and why is it all conflicting? Maybe it's because only a handful of people actually saw the picture and other people are just assuming what it is. Ren Fairness said, I think Nicola and Luke are still learning to navigate fame in order to keep as much privacy as they can. Understandable, right? They've been working so hard for this moment and now the moment is here. It's like, okay, what are we supposed to do with this? Tam said, I read the tags that have been removed so far are the ones that say couple. Not sure how true. It's possible because the ones that I did see, so after people said that this was happening, I did go to her page to see what she was tagged in. And so I was like, the one that she kept, like one was like, of Nicola having fun with her friends. She kept that one. Then the one that said, this is the actual order of the photos. She kept that one. And then the other ones were in other languages. So I didn't know what they were actually saying. Unless I took time to translate it, which I could have. But I didn't. So maybe it's true that she removed anything that made mention of a potential couple. Zigzag_elf said, important to keep checking in with our own boundaries, not get swept up in the unhealthy stuff. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. To me, whenever something stops being fun, I'm just like, I'm not gonna I'm not going to do this if it stops being fun. Because at the heart of fandom is fun. I think sometimes it gets too serious, like way too serious, where I'm like, it's not really genuinely that, at least it's not that serious for me. Like, as big of a Nicola fan as I am, as much as I want to see them end up together, like, they really are not guiding my life. They're not like the thing, like, my life does not begin or end with Nicola. They're a part of it, and I'm excited for them. I want to see it happen. I love, but like, at the same time, I also understand and respect that there is a little bit of like a dopamine hit that's been part of this whole journey, And so I understand that people might be addicted. Not, I don't know if addicted is the right word, but like might want to have that feeling of like what they get when they think about Nicola. I get that. I do. So Tam said I read that already. Newtonic said Eminem lives right down the street from me. No one bothers him. How cool would it be to be like chilling and Eminem walks by? Let's see here. And honestly, like, I just wanted to come in for a brief moment to say hi to folks, and I'm genuinely tired because plus I'm gonna go see my friend again tomorrow, and I don't know how long because the first day I stayed with him from like 7. Well, I say 7:27. I knew it was 7:27 because I texted his sister to say like we've just checked in. So it's like I was there from like 7:27 to like 9:30 at night yesterday, and then today I was there from 10 to like 9. So like I'm a little bit like run down. I'm a little bit tired, but tomorrow I plan to still be there, but I have other things I need to get done as well. So just trying to figure out the balance there. Oh, love May, you're so sweet. Make sure to like the live, wonderful people. Kristen Marie said emotions are an indicator to get curious about where it's coming from and why. Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I also love, like, I always used to say to people, like, sometimes people label emotions as negative or sometimes people label emotions like they're good or bad, but like emotions are really information that if you get curious about where it's coming from, it can give you really great insight. As it's better than suppressing your emotions and pretending you're not feeling something. Like, being able to name your feelings is so important. Ann Phillips says, Phoebe, take care of you. I thank you, Ann Phillips. I'm trying. Sometimes I'm not the best at it, sometimes, but like, I don't know. I guess I was feeling, I think there's parts of me, Ishra said, Phoebe, really glad to know your friend has been shifted to room from ER. Me too. Like, I'm glad that he can rest. Hopefully he can rest. But yeah, admittedly, like, obviously, I think there's a little bit of guilt I felt earlier on, because I think if you've seen a live prior to me, like prior to all of this happening, I was talking about like I don't feel like I'm spending enough time with him. So I don't know if it's like overcompensation I'm having right now because I felt like I missed out on like spending some time with him. So that's why I'm doing this. I don't know, but I also because I just think it's important to be with him. But Mary said, I made a half a gallon of grape juice tonight and missed all the chatter online. But it sounded like very productive grape juicing night. Zigzag_Elf said, I need my life back. But in truth, I'm loving the hyperfixation and the fandom. Yeah. Tiffany B said, yes, I'm reading some false things about the pictures, so people are putting out wrong info. Weird. So what? I mean, maybe that's a whole thing that people can also look into to some degree. Like, why do people put out false things? Is it just the desire to be part of the conversation and because they don't know what the photo looks like, then people are adding information, or how did people hear or believe what they're believing? Zigzag underscore elf said, I haven't seen the house picture and I hope I don't see it because it shouldn't be accessible. 100% I think so. Diana said, I'm tired all day at work, but as soon as I see Nicola content and lives, I'm wide awake. It's 1:18 a.m. I hear that. Robin Rangel said, the first 2 tags I see say JD is her boyfriend. I just checked. Then that probably are new ones that she hasn't had a chance to take off yet, because when I just checked early this morning, the first one was like about them being friends. There were no boyfriend statement, unless it's in a different language, and it could have said boyfriend in that language, but that must mean that more people have tagged her and stuff. They said that like she's been untagging as she can go along, so yeah. But she has kept some pictures of the festival itself, as long as the caption was not making any connotation about a romantic relationship. Ren Fair Mistress said, in my POV, Nicola and JD are just friends, so until Nicola confirms a relationship, then I'll believe. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same way that had happened with the other things, right? With the other person in Luke's life. I mean, I was like, until he acknowledges it, like, you can give me all of this stuff that's periphery to me, but it's still not Luke's voice. Tiffany B said, yeah, Phoebe, they're not guiding our lives. Yeah, I mean, honestly, as much as I love them, and maybe, I don't know if that was a controversial statement for folks that also love Nicola, but really, there is a differentiation between like the fandom and the love for Nicola and also my life. Those are 2 very different things. It's part of my life to love Nicola and the fandom and all that stuff, but like, when I missed playing season 3 episode yesterday because I had to immediately go and take my friend to the ER, like, there was no question that had more priority than turning on the show. It's like there's priorities, different priorities, and as much as I try to prioritize getting that viewing in every day, like if I get a phone call like that, I'm just getting out the door. Like I'm not trying to do anything else but get out the door. Kristen Marie said, I think we need to detach from how others choose to be fans. Let people have feels, be serious, silly. Yeah. I think that's important so much, Kristen, because I think every time folks want to control how other people fan, it not only I think it just takes away even just how people can enjoy their own fandom when they get caught up in watching how other people fan. Like, I may feel something, but I just can't stay there because it's just, I can't control it anyway. It's not my life to control. It's not my life to live. So fans are going to fan how they fan. Tiffany B said, LOL, that'd be cool to live near Eminem. Yeah. Karen said, yeah, the Wahlbergs live by me and they live a pretty normal life. How are y'all living by stars? And which Wahlbergs? Because not all the Wahlbergs would be living. Like, which Wahlberg? Mark? Donnie? And that's the only ones I know. There's probably more, but those are the famous ones I know. Ren Fair Mistress said, something funny. I watched the new Sailor Moon movie, and in my sleep, they morphed into Penn and Colin. See here. Lauren said, rest, hydrate, eat, and get as much sleep as you can. Yeah, I'm like I feel like this whole live, like my eyes have been tired. And I didn't know if it was like the ring light or like just my eyes are like wanting to sleep. And that's why I'm just going to read through the rest of the comments that I can. And then I'm going to say goodnight. But I really did appreciate getting to see y'all's just for a little bit, Lauren said, get some sleep. Some rest, Phoebe. You need to take care of you too. I appreciate that. Mary says, stressful and draining, Phoebe. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Empress said, good night, everyone. Until tomorrow, please, God, take a break and breathe. Enjoy the cruise. Yes. Tiffany said it's very important to be with him. I'm sure he appreciate it. Yeah. 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 I think he does. I mean, we've had conversations today where I feel like he does. Yeah. Karen said, you should spend as much time as you can with your friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. The Green Bird Brigade said, it's like a game of telephone. The message changes from one person to the next. Okay. Oh, because of the picture. Like how confusing that people are saying different things. Yeah. Ren Fair Mistress said, I've been putting a stop to the misinformation on X. I was listening to the live. To the original, the live that originally brought it up or something. Zigzag _ Elf said, I wish people would stop tagging Nick, etc. I mean, yeah, there's times where I'm like, oh, why are you tagging? But again, that's another one of those things where I'm like, I cannot control, unless it's on my page. Sometimes I do delete people who tag it. If I catch it and I think it's like, why are you tagging them in this particular post? But I can't help that if they post somewhere else. Mary said people need to do something like go to an apple orchard, farmer's market, nature in any way. Oh, Karen said Donnie and their first restaurant is by me. Donnie is always out and about. He seems like a nice dude because they had like a meet and greet with New Kids on the Block. And he was like one of the few people that I saw in this TikTok, like really spending time with the person. Ren Fair Mistress said, good night, everyone. Love May said, I always appreciate your positivity. Take care of your loved ones and of yourself. Thank you for that. And Tiffany B said, rest assured the picture doesn't prove or disprove anything. Not shared, so location isn't found. And then Aaron said, Justin Bieber has a house near me. In Canada, everyone leaves celebrities alone. They must enjoy that. I mean, I think everybody just wants to feel normal. I mean, like normal being like a regular Joe Schmo, you know. With that said, I really appreciate all of you. I'm going to take a rest. Like, I'm going to sleep soon. Watch me still be on TikTok. But the plan is to take a rest. I need to get some water in me. I need to get ready for tomorrow. I'll upload this particular TikTok to live on YouTube because I haven't put up a lot, and this one's going to be shorter, so it's going to be easier to upload. So good night, everyone. I really, really genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, just to say goodbye in the way that let's see if I can say, hold on before I, oh my word, why is it no, oh there we go. Okay, for you. For you, I'm saying goodnight as the gingerbread Marie Constantine. For you. For those that missed the live from last night, because I didn't upload it because I spent a bulk of my time there, you know. Hooray, Marie says. Hooray. Thank you, Phoebe, you said. Yeah. So anyways, good night, everyone. Have a good one. Bye. Thanks, Karen, also.